of you here this morning, and just to let folks know, we're going to be recording this morning's Avodat Lev. So if you don't want yourself to be visible on the recording, you can either turn off your video or change your name if you don't want that to appear in the video.
Thank you for that, Becca. Just a caveat, though, is that the recording is actually only going to show Becca's screen, so you don't have to change your name or turn off your video. You will not
Perfect.
the recording.
Perfect. Thank you for that clarification, Jesse. But now we all know. Gonna start with a nigun, a wordless melody this morning, just to settle in. I invite us all just to take a brief breath together. And allow yourself to arrive in a different moment of your day. Maybe you'll close some tabs on your computer so you're not seeing like all the other things that your brain could be or wants to be thinking about. Maybe you'll just turn your phone over next to you so that you aren't seeing notifications that pull you away. Whatever you need to like turn off, turn around, shut off, redirect from. Invite you to do that now. And as I was playing that nigun, I realized that one of my strings is really badly out of tune. So I'm gonna retune for a moment and invite you to bring yourself into presence for a moment. Take some deep breaths. Have some water, and allow yourself just to be for this moment before we do more singing and more doing. Whew, okay. Ready to keep going, and apologies for the out of tune first song. I I just moved this past weekend, and so I am calling in from a different place. I'm on Pomo land in what's now called Mendocino County, and I think the weather has affected the tuning. And I also would love to know where everyone else is calling in from this morning. You can share your name and the place that you're calling from, sharing, if you know it, the indigenous name of the place or the name of the indigenous people whose land you're on. And you can write that in the chat box. We've got Leah calling in from Lenape land in New York. Jackie calling in from Tijuana, Mexico, territory of the Kumeyaay people. Jesse from Huchin, Chochenyo Ohlone land. Thank you all. And as we are spread around the places where we are, Ohlone land, Lenape land, Pomo land, the Sarasota, Florida, where the Usita people live. I want to bring in, again, like last week, a reading from Adrienne Marie Brown's Emergent Strategy, where she writes about fractals and how she defines it as a fractal is a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They're created by repeating a simple process over and over in an ongoing feedback loop. And I see this moment of connection this morning as a sort of fractal where each of us within ourselves is experiencing this connection, and across all of this time and space, we're feeling connection to each other, and across another scale of time and space, we're connected to all the people who have practiced Avodat Lev, and connected also to the traditional morning prayer of Shacharit, and connected to the origin of Shacharit many thousands of years ago. So just feeling the connection along different scales of time and place, in the way that we are connected to each other. And another reading from Adrienne Marie Brown. Tune into the prevalence of spiral in the universe. The shape in the prints of our fingertips echoes into geological patterns, all the way to the shape of galaxies. Then notice that the planet is full of these fractals. Cauliflower, yes, and broccoli, ferns, deltas, veins through our bodies, tributaries. All of these are echoes of themselves at the smallest and largest scales. Dandelions contain an entire community in each spore that gets blown on children's breath. And I want to offer the intention that this practice of connecting with yourself and to your breath, feeling as she writes, echoes of yourself at the smallest and largest scales. What is the echo of yourself that you want to feel reverberate during this practice, and also outward into your life today, into your community, into the bigger picture of what the world is right now? So I'll take a moment just for folks to connect to that intention. What is the echo of yourself that you hope to create in this moment across the smallest and largest scales of your day and your connection? And if you want to be witnessed in that intention, you can write it in the chat when you're ready. I'll share that the echo of myself that I hope to feel connected with and reverberating this morning is that of awareness and of noticing. And with that, we'll begin our morning gratitude song, Moda Ani. This tune comes from Ali Health. I was made for this morning. I was made to be here. All the light I was made for this morning. I was made to be here. All the life that surrounds me is a gift, so I thank you. I was made for this morning. I was made to be here. All the life that's inside me is a gift, so we thank you. Odani, Odani, lefanecha, ruach chai v'kayam. Odani, lefanecha, ruach chai v'kayam. Odani again. Odani lefanecha, ruach chai v'kayam. Odani lefanecha, ruach chai v'kayam. Ruach chai v'kayam. We'll take a few moments to connect more deeply with our breath. Our next song is Elohai Neshama. Neshama being the word for soul that's connected to the root of the word for breath, that life is breathed into us, and our soul is connected to that life breath. And so I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze for a moment. And we'll take a few breaths together, lengthening our out breath, making it longer than the inhale. A clear sign to your body that it's time to relax. When in moments of stress, the body reaches for more oxygen, and so takes longer in-breaths and shorter exhales. And a clear sign to show your body that it can rest is to exhale for longer than you inhale. So for the first few breaths, I'll count inhale and exhale, and after that, you can breathe at your own pace. So you can close your eyes, find yourself in a comfortable seat, and breathe in through your nose or your mouth. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3. Breathing out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in 1, 2, 3. Breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In again 1, 2, 3, and breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And going forward, you can just notice your breath. Where do you feel that breath? Do you feel it in your chest, in your tummy, in your back, your throat, maybe in your mouth or nose through? And without a need to even make any adjustments, just notice where you feel that breath. Notice where it travels as it moves through you. Notice how it feels to breathe in that way. Does it feel tight and quick? Do your breaths feel slow and languid? How is your breath this morning? And if you feel your mind start to wander, you can just bring yourself back to your breath, reminding yourself that that's all you need to do right now is just to breathe. And stay with that breath. Continue to notice that breath as we move back into song. Elohai Neshama. Gratitude for that perfect breath that fills us. Cleanse my body, cleanse my spirit, make me whole, and guide my breath all through my body. I feel your spirit deep in my soul. Elohai Neshama Shenatata bi Tehorahi Ata Barata Ata Yatzarta Ata Nafachta bi Nafachta bi Shekhinah. Cleanse my body, cleanse my spirit, make me whole, and guide my breath all through my body. I feel Ashrei, part of traditional morning prayers and reinterpreted here and rewritten by Ali Halpert. Ashrei yoshvei vetecha, happy are those who dwell in your house. Od Yahalelucha Selah, they'll offer endless praise. And I want to offer a poem from Yaakov Moshe this morning on forgetting God is everywhere. Ashrei yoshvei vetecha, happy are those who dwell in your house. As we dwell in our homes, for those of us who have homes and in the spaces that we dwell, for those who don't, it can be easy to forget sometimes the blessing that it is to dwell in one place and to be at home in this time. As things reopen, I'm sensing sort of a buzz, like a readiness for folks to like start moving back out into the world. And I see this poem and this song as a reminder that not only is it a holy gift to the community to stay as safe as possible right now, but also that just to dwell, just to be, is the gift itself. So the poem is On Forgetting God is Everywhere, the Yaakov Moshe. Open my mouth and speak through me. On heaven and earth there is none else, but often these words are empty of awe. One that is, grant me the grace of memory, or shock me anew with the ordinary. Remind me that this self is nothing more than a collection of strands of you. Remind me that it is you looking through these eyes at yourself. If my desires, fears, anxieties are in the way, help me to see them and see them as what is. Remind me that there is only the soup, or the 22 letters, or the 4 elements, that whatever map we use, the territory is either empty or empty of all but you. Open my mouth and speak through me. On heaven and earth there is none else, but often these words are empty of awe. One that is, grant me the grace of memory, or shock me anew with the ordinary. Remind me that this self is nothing more than a collection of strands. Remind me that it is you looking through these eyes at yourself. If my desires, fears, anxieties are in the way, help me to see them and to see them as what is. Remind me that there is only the subatomic soup, or the 22 letters, or the 4 elements, that whatever map we use, the territory is either empty or empty of all but you. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha, Selah. I sing for you. I sing for what is holy and is true. I sing for all creation, for life and liberation, every day anew. Ashrei yoshvei, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha, Selah. I sing for you. I sing for what is holy and is true. I sing for all creation, for life and liberation, every day anew. Ashrei yoshvei, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha, Selah. I sing for you. I sing for what is holy and is true. I sing for all creation, for life and liberation, every day anew. Ashrei yoshvei, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha, Selah. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yehalelucha, Hallelujah, a song of praise, Psalm 148. Praise from the heavens, from the sky, from the angels, from the sun, from the moon, from the stars, from the waters below and the waters above, is what the translation of this this psalm is. That's the second part. And the third part is hard to translate, I think, but is about sort of the overarching truth of this world, that there, chok natan velo ya'avor is the last few words, which means that a law or a law has been given and like will not go away, that there's like one underlying truth, perhaps, and it makes you think of the quote, the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice, that there is this this way in which justice is inevitable and is a vision that I hold during this time, and that's how I'm connecting to this song right now. That's sort of like what's holding us and what's underlying. Psalm 148. The Shema together. Invite you to close your eyes for a minute, to open up your other senses and see what you can hear. Shema means listen. What can you listen to right now? What is the closest sound to you? It might be your own heartbeat, the sound of your breath, your foot tapping on the floor. What's the closest sound to you? And what's the furthest sound away that your ears can reach? Maybe it's someone in the next room or a car outside, birds off in the distance. What's the furthest sound away that you can hear? With our ears open to that listening, we'll say the Shema together. Each word being given one breath. Each word, one breath. And we'll start with a full exhale and then breathe in together. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. In this time when so much healing is needed in the world, where we are in this time plagued with dual pandemics of systemic racial injustice and coronavirus, the parallel and intertwining pandemics of the two, which are so dangerous and so impactful on us as individuals and on us communally. I want to offer this healing prayer again as a practice that's part of that fractal, that constellation of healing right now. And so as we sing this prayer, may you feel that healing in yourself. May you feel that healing surrounding you and your household. May you feel that healing in your community. May you send it out to your neighbors, to your friends, to the people that you pass on the street. May that healing go with you and spread outward and outward from where you are. Particular healing song comes from Kestrel Feiner Homer, an amazing songwriter. And the Hebrew words El Na Rafana La come from the Torah. They're the words that Moses spoke when his sister Miriam fell ill with a plague. Sing it together. The two parts are a little bit separate, but you'll see how they kind of lead from one into the next. We sing you healing. We sing you care. We sing you justice. We sing you prayer. We sing you healing. We sing you care. We sing you justice. We sing you prayer. El Na Rifana, El Na Rifana La, oh. We sing you care. We sing you justice. We sing you prayer. We sing you healing. We sing you care. We sing you justice. We sing you prayer. El Narifanala, El Narifanala, oh, El Narifanala, El Narifanala, oh, El Narifanala, El Narifanala, oh, El Narifanala, El Narifanala. We sing you healing. We sing you care. We sing you justice. We sing you prayer. As we come towards the end of our practice this morning, we'll say the mourner's Kaddish together. I'm thinking particularly of the lives of Black folks that have been taken at the hands of police and who have been victims of racialized violence across the country in recent times and for many years before, many hundreds of years. I want to share a poem, When Great Trees Fall, by Maya Angelou. When great trees fall, rocks on distant hills shudder. Lions hunker down in tall grasses, and even elephants lumber after safety. When great trees fall in forests, small things recoil into silence, their senses eroded beyond fear. When great souls die, the air around us becomes light, rare, sterile. We breathe briefly. Our eyes briefly see with a hurtful clarity. Our memory, suddenly sharpened, examines, gnaws on kind words unsaid, promised walks never taken. Great souls die, and our reality, bound to them, takes leave of us. Our souls, dependent upon their nurture, now shrink, wizened. Our minds, formed and informed by their radiance, fall away. We are not so much maddened as reduced to the unutterable ignorance of dark, cold caves. And when great souls die, after a period, peace blooms, slowly and always irregularly. Spaces fill with a kind of soothing electric vibration. Our senses restored, never to be the same. Whisper to us, they existed. They existed. We can be and be better, for they existed. I want to uplift the names in this Kaddish of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Tony McDade, Dominique Fells, Rhea Milton, Rayshard Brooks, and so many others whose lives have been taken by racial violence. And I invite us to read the Mourner's Kaddish in Hebrew, and followed by the Kaddish for Black Lives, written and brought to us from the Jewish Multiracial Network. And I invite you to stand or sit for Kaddish, whatever is your custom and or whatever feels like the right thing for your body this morning. I'm choosing to sit today, but I invite you to join me in saying the Kaddish for those lives and so many others whose names we don't know. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'amei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit ramam v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemei dekudasha richu. Ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Creator of life, source of compassion, your breath remains the source of our spirit, even as too many of us cry out that we cannot breathe. Lovingly created in your image, the color of our bodies has imperiled our lives. Black lives are commodified yet devalued, imitated but feared, exhibited but not seen. Black lives have been pursued by hatred, abandoned by indifference, and betrayed by complacency. Black lives have been lost to the violence of the vigilante, the cruelty of the marketplace, and the silence of the comfortable. We understand that Black lives are sacred, inherently valuable, and irreplaceable. We know that to oppress the body of the human is to break the heart of the divine. We yearn for the day when the bent will stand straight. We pray that the hearts of our country will soften to the pain endured for centuries. We will do the work to bind up the wounds, to heal the shattered hearts, to break the yoke of oppression. As the beauty of the heavens is revealed to us each day, may each day reveal to us the beauty of our common humanity. Amen. And we'll close with feeling that deeply. We'll close with We Shall Be Known by Mamuse, a song that is both grounded and invites us and pushes us into vision and into dreaming. An invitation to be closer to the earth and closer to one another. Invitation to do it now, whatever it is. To do it now, to move into this next moment, to adapt, to change, to evolve, and to work together. We shall be known. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend the inspired. We shall be known by returning we shall learn to lead in love. Thank you all so much for joining. A pleasure to see you all here, and a pleasure to spend the last online Lev that I will be doing for the next while with all of you. Maybe Jesse can tell us if there will be other Levs coming up, but this is the last one that I'll be doing, and I'm really grateful for all of you being here throughout the past few months to sing and pray and just be together in this virtual and connected way.